no matter what. I'm feeling great.
Hello and welcome to Godlywood Studio and to the program Light of Knowledge. Dear friends, today we are going to discuss about pollution. Why do we discuss about pollution? There are lots of pollution. We have heard about air pollution, sound pollution, water pollution, environmental pollution, and so on. But as scientists said, the greatest damage is done not by environmental pollution, but by mental pollution. This is something which we need to focus on. What is mental pollution? What is the pollution which mind is causing? Today, let us discuss about this issue. And to discuss, we have with us Rupa Behenji. Let us welcome her. Behenji, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
We are discussing mental pollution. This is a comparatively new term. What do we understand by mental pollution?
Mind itself is a thinking energy, as we have understood so far. And this energy, the quality of energy, always it is moving. In the nature also, all the 5 elements which are having its own ability, which always circulates in the universe. Similarly, we, the eternal entity, the souls, having a very special quality or ability, we can say, that's called thinking energy. For example, air always moves, but sometimes we say when we are passing through, there is some rubbish thrown there and there is some bad smell. Air cannot distinguish, it just circulates. And we smell that and we feel, oh, such a bad smell. So we try to move from that place quickly. Something, it is like uncomfortable feeling. Similarly, if we take up another example like water. Think of water from the Himalayas flowing down. How is it?
Very pure, pristine.
Crystal clear, very energetic, and a kind of good taste and a very soothing effect once we drink. The same water, when it mixes with mud and other dust, when it is flowing, then that water we are unable to drink directly, then we say it is impure, polluted. So polluted in the sense something pure which is been mixed with another particles, then it is called pollution. Similarly, we the souls having very pure mind in the beginning, when we get into the artificial influences, maybe temporary influences with somebody's attitude or so-called unwanted tendencies, negative emotions, then we act and react, and that causes negative influences in my mind. And if it is longer time, I hold that negative thoughts, that energy passes into the environment, which affects another person.
Actually, Benji, if it is air pollution, we can understand the effect on the next person. That is, it comes as a bad odor or something. It is quite visible. But this mental pollution, suppose from my mind negative is flowing, how does it affect the world?
Here I would like to share one small example. A father who is angry because of some quarrel at his office, when he comes to home, definitely he is not feeling light, free, or no smile on his face. So the moment he comes home, he just throw his bag or other things and sit quietly in one place. His child, maybe 3 or 4 years age, that child comes and meets him and looks at his face and says to herself, not to meet my father now. She goes away. Then mother will say, go and say, Papa, good evening, go and play with him. That small child senses something it is totally ignorant about anger or quarrel or the words, whatever the sequence happened. Nothing that child is aware, but it can well sense this is not the right time to go and talk to my papa or go and laugh with him or play with him.
She
It
is also
rejects.
affected in a way.
This is a kind of vibrations we say, it passes from one person to another person. It surrounds around us.
So you mean to say that if I have negative thoughts in mind, it actually goes out and make the other person also negative.
Yeah, whoever come across like a bad smell in the air or something garbage is there, so whoever passes nearby, that bad smell is affected. Similarly, if I have negative thoughts, I hold it longer time, whoever comes near to me, automatically it affects them. Whether I can express them or they can share that or not, it's not easy that I am getting bad vibration from you. Nobody will say, but they can sense it. And therefore, sometimes we feel very happy by meeting some people. Sometimes there is a rejection. No, I don't want to meet that person.
So actually you are hinting at the important fact that whenever I feel negative, whenever I feel angry, whenever I feel dejected, I am polluting the world outside.
Absolutely.
And since we know that we pollute the air, it is something even we can be punished for doing that. And this pollution, which is I think even more dangerous, so what kind of return do I get for that, polluting the world like
See,
that?
when I have negative or fearful, vicious thoughts, waste thoughts, such like which is polluting the atmosphere, first effect is people around me, they don't want to come closer to me. They don't feel happy to meet me, share something. That's why you see, for example, if one person is getting angry or upset at home, if at all that is the only reason for him to get upset, he should be under trouble. But actually, what happens? All the members in that family become very silent, subservient, fearful, and they don't want to talk to each other also. Something very fearful atmosphere takes place. So it is, relations are affected, and with that negative effect, if at all anything I want to take a decision of any issue, my intellect is not in a stable position to analyze what is right and wrong. So there again damage, and then taking wrong decision, wrong action, then result will be wrong. So I become unhappy.
Knowledge should give us the awareness that I am polluting the minds of others with my own negative thinking. So how to get out of this pattern so that I need not pollute the world anymore?
As much as possible. See, people, they say why we get negative thoughts, because people are negative, situations are negative, things are going wrong, therefore we get affected. But my question is, who is making things go wrong? That is again my thoughts from my mind. So I am spreading. For example, a child goes to school, mother feels, oh, she should come carefully back to home. That caution is good. But again, there is a fear, suspicious mind, and even few minutes late, then lot of negative thoughts. Something dangerous might have happened, or some accident. So negative thoughts runs very fast. Instead, even something wrong has to happen. If you are giving positive thoughts energy, possibly that will help that child. This is a very wonderful secret. Helps others, and therefore it is nice that we give little time to ourselves and practice that positive thoughts every day. If we give little time for our reflection on our values, like few values to share with you, let me spend few moments with positive thoughts based on the value of peace, value of love, value of compassion, value of knowledge, value of happiness, or value of truth, authenticity. Because based on these values, Whatever the thoughts I generate, it will spread positive vibrations.
Benji, generating thoughts based on values seems to be a little bit theoretical to me. I don't know. So, can you just explain how we can do that? If somebody listening to this program thinking about generating thoughts on kindness, how can he or she start this process?
See, kindness is basically everybody's quality, right?
Hmm.
You have kindness in your heart, somebody is having
Hmm.
kindness in it. He or she becomes cruel only when they are hurt with something.
Hmm.
Otherwise, everybody is having compassion in their heart.
Hmm.
So, compassion, I can create some thoughts, visualize somebody who is in suffering.
Hmm.
Maybe they are your relatives or friends or neighbors, or generally in the society, there are so many people who are troubled with so many disease, hospitalized, they are crying for help. Directly, physically, we can't do anything,
Hmm.
but it is possible that if we have that thoughts of compassion, visualize those people and pass your thought energy to them,
Hmm.
and that will be received by them, and they will become calm, they will get energy to tolerate, or some kind of positive feelings they get to overcome that situation. Similarly, you create some thoughts of happiness.
Hmm.
One thing what happens when I start allowing my mind to think thoughts based on these values, first I fill up that thoughts in myself,
Hmm.
feelings in myself, and therefore it simply starts spreading all over.
I think Benji, creating thoughts of happiness, this term itself is very sounding beautiful
Because
to
we
the ear.
have to give little time to ourselves with
Hmm.
these
Hmm.
thoughts. Otherwise, what happens? Like empty place filled with dust, like that empty mind fills with so many other
Hmm.
unwanted thoughts.
So I think just like you said, if we give time to this reflection and creating thoughts based on values, I think this mental pollution which is surrounding the world in such a dangerous way, that can be eradicated in the near future.
Yes. Otherwise, a lot of energy we are simply wasting.
Hmm.
People don't know what to think.
Hmm.
Even there are people who are not aware that they are having this mental energy,
Hmm.
which can be useful for our constructive purpose of the positive environment we can create. So, first of all, awareness is necessary.
Hmm.
Second thing is practicing and producing the
Hmm.
thoughts of positive.
I think Benji, by this practice, we can actually remove our own mental pollution, and just like you said, we can avoid the effect on others also.
Yes.
Because when I become angry, it is a good awareness that I keep in mind I am polluting others also. So that was a revealing kind of discussion that we had. Thanks a lot for that. I think it is now time to go to the questions from the public.
Myself, Devinderjeet Sharma. I am retired Joint Secretary from Punjab State Electricity Board. In books on spirituality, as well as in spiritual talks, there is a general feeling given to the people that there is life after death. Please explain how life after death is.
That is a very deep and controversial question. So, how can you answer that within the time limit that is given to us?
Life after death. Death of whom? First of all, we have to understand this
Hmm.
concept. The physical existence, what is visible,
Hmm.
human being existence. As we all are observing, every day we are changing. That is, physical body
Hmm.
is subjected to change, birth, growth, development, and decay.
Hmm.
Yet, if a person has reached to the age of 50 or 60, if you ask him to talk on anything, he will talk about his past experience
Hmm.
and he will think about his future,
Hmm.
where I will go, what I will carry with me. Who is thinking that? So, this existence of body itself subjected to constant change,
Hmm.
and that change cycle having its own limitation, which we have named as birth, growth, development, and then decay. Decay itself, the meaning that this body is now no more useful for action, or it has lost its energy level, and now the one which is using that particular part is known as a soul or energy, whichever word you use. That eternal self would like to travel next with carrying something being in this body. Therefore, everybody is afraid of death because less they are aware what I carry and where I will go. So, this itself gives the answer. There is no death for the eternal self because it travels from one body to another body. But this body is subjected to death.
If it travels from one body to another, then why don't I remember what I did in the past, maybe 200 years ago?
Death is such a sequence where before the eternal self leaves this body, it recollects all the past actions of the present birth. And once it repents also of doing wrong deeds, it will be very happy if it has done very good. So these things happens in the passage of time.
I mean, in the last moment this happens.
Yes. The moment it leaves the body, automatically all these memories gets merged. But once it enters to another body is very small, until it is grown up, say 4 years, 5 years, 7 years, till that time it has been accustomed with the new family, new relation, and new acceptance and everything. And there it start learning everything new. And past habits, sanskar we call it as, it may act there also, but memories are merged. And very rare case, some children do get past memories of their past birth. That happens usually of sudden deaths.
So you mean to say that the memory doesn't go anywhere, it just merges inside into the deeper layers of the mind. I think that fairly answers the question. But still, if you want to know more about how soul transports itself to different bodies, I think he will have to take the course which...
That's a very beautiful sequence. I'll just answer in one few seconds. Who decides I have to take another body in such a family, such a place? That is my whatever the sanskars, feelings, choice of actions that I have done in the past, and that impressions will select the same kind of environment.
So that means I myself is deciding and not
Yes, that's why
God.
we have to be very careful at present. We carry whatever I am going to do. The body I may leave it, but what actions I have done, the choice of that actions, that will continue even after the death of this body.
I think, Behenji, this godly knowledge reveals something wonderful, because we have been blaming God for giving me birth in this particular family or in this particular position or circumstances. But if it is my own creation, then I think we can take responsibility and change it from now onwards, so that at least in my next part, I get something wonderful.
Absolutely.
Benji, I think it is time for today's attitude, virtue, and the reflection. So, what is today's attitude and today's virtue?
Today's attitude, let us take the attitude of being a observer. We see people around us playing different roles, different actions, different kinds of behavior. Usually we get affected by that, or we get involved, influenced. Even we are not related, we get many questions. Why this, why that, why that? So it is so nice to be an observer. And to be an observer, we have to have the virtue of sweetness in our self. When I have sweetness, then I don't comment on anybody. Everything okay. So this is very practically helpful for me to be stable in all
Actually,
situations.
commenting on somebody, what is the underlying cause of that? What is underlying psychology? Because why do we comment on someone?
Likes and dislikes, like I like somebody, I don't comment on them. When I don't like somebody, those actions, what they are performing, may not be appreciable.
So it is actually a personal choice and it can differ from person to person.
Yes, person to person. And also, some people have a tendency, they like others to do what they like. There
Trying to
again,
mold others into their own point of
yes,
view.
yes. Less they understand, everybody has got their own way of doing.
Hmm.
And if that concept, if we understand, then there is no scope for commenting. Giving suggestion is different, but commenting is hurtful. So to keep ourselves safe and others also safe, it's better to be a spectator and have sweetness in our mind.
I think Benji, that explains it beautifully. Now, can we have a little bit of reflection on this?
Sit in a comfortable position. Visualize yourself as a beautiful actor in this world drama. I, the soul, taking this body as a costume, playing a specific, unique role in this huge world drama. I am special. I have responsibility to play the best role in my life. Along with that, I have co-actors with me. Everybody is playing their own roles, and when I observe them, I enjoy being a spectator. I enjoy being an observer. While observing, I keep myself uninfluenced. The virtue that I feel myself is sweetness. I shall practice in my life to create sweet thoughts, speak with sweetness, act with sweetness. I take care no harsh words come out of my mouth. No thoughts which gives pain to others will be generated. No actions which damages the relationship of other players will be acted. Being in this sweet awareness, I try to spread the vibrations of sweetness all around me. Om Shanti.
That was a wonderful experience as usual, and even as a formality, I think I will have to express sincere thanks on behalf of all the viewers for taking us along this journey. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So that's it. Let us try to stay in those vibrations, because whenever we move our mind from the mundane routine activities into something that is energizing, we can tell the difference. So I think it is the same experience with you also. Stay tuned to your favorite channel and to your favorite program, Light of Knowledge. Until we meet in the next episode, it is a bye bye from all of us. And in the meanwhile, don't forget to send a mail or a phone call for any of your queries and suggestions. Thank you very much.